Councilors, please take their seats. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the public hearing. Will the clerk please call the roll?
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Councilor Enright. Councilor McLaughlin. Councilor Todd.
He is excused.
Councilor Walker. Here. Councilor Barlow.
Here.
Councilor Van Buren. Here. Councilor Kaplowitz.
Here.
Present with one excused.
Okay, thank you. We did pass out a sign-up sheet for anyone who wanted to comment regarding proposed local law number 3 of the year 2015, a local law amending Chapter 224, taxation of the Code of the City of Oswego, New York. Is there anyone here who would like to make comments in the public hearing? No one has signed up. If no one wants to address the assembly, then I guess we will. Councilor Kaplowitz and Councilor Enright. Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Here.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright. The resolution passed, or the motion passes 601.
Thank you. That will end the public hearing. The public session will begin in just a few minutes. And I do have some. This begins the public session. We do have 4 people who have signed up to speak tonight. The rules are simple. Try to keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. So the first speaker we have is Francis Timpson. Timpson, give your name and address, sir.
Hi, my name is Frank Timpson, and I own and operate Ontario Taxi. My address is 329 East 9th Street, Oswego, New York. This coming Friday, I got to pay $300 for my city license. Today, I sat at Walmart and I counted 22 illegal cabs, from 3 different various cab companies. I've talked to members of the Common Council. I've talked to a couple people up in zoning and engineering. I've talked to a lot of people, okay, and they all tell me that it lies with you, Mr. Mayor. I came to your house like 4 years ago asking for help. You told me to man up. Everybody's saying that they can't do their job, they can't get anything done because everything's on your desk and it's your job to sign the paper and get the job done. I want to know why I got to pay $300 and all these people don't. Then you got DOT over there. I was told several meetings were set up with Department of Transportation about the overloading of the buses. Half those buses out there I ain't even inspected, namely a bus. Okay? And they don't show up for the meeting. I mean, I hear A buses inspecting their own buses. What kind of crap is that? I mean, it's just a joke. You know? Then you can't get a hold of nobody in law enforcement. For 3 weeks, I've been calling every day for Lieutenant Seroy. Not one return phone call. I've been calling for the chief of police. I've called your office for the past 6, 7 months and haven't even got one reply. You can talk to your secretary. I've called. I've just had it. I don't know what else to do. Okay, so I'm asking you to man up and do your job and get rid of all these illegal taxis, the rapists, the baby rapers, the child molesters, the drug dealers, the heroin dealers, the crack dealers, all these crap that's out there. Okay, that's what I'm asking for. And thank God it's the election year, and I hope the next mayor isn't a wimp. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Timpson. The next speaker. Is Shirley Rossi. Ms. Rossi.
Good evening. My name is Shirley Rossi, and I reside at 224 West 7th. And I have lived there for 14 years. And there is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Furlong who owns the property next door to me that is in very, very bad shape. There are holes in the eaves. I stopped down, holes in the eaves. There are screens. All the screens are totally out of the windows. The front rail is off the porch. The driveway is all busted up, and they had people renting there last year. They hired someone to plow. They ran into the side of my house. I called Mr. Furlong and talked to him about it, and he told me that it was not his responsibility to take care of this. I've called down to the zoning office plenty of times on this. I stopped in one afternoon and talked with Sue Derry. She promised me she would get pictures and take care of this matter, and I am still in the same situation where I started. Nothing is being done, and this place is just getting worse and worse. And I can't keep paying for people that are damaging my property. And I want it to stop. I pay my taxes, I pay my mortgage, and I keep my house cleaned up, and I repair it to the best of my ability. And I want to know why this gentleman keeps getting away with this. I try to call him, he won't come around, he doesn't talk to you. I've notified my councilman, he's come by, he's done stuff, and still nothing's been done. And it's not like the guy doesn't have money because he's got $1 million project out here on 5th Ave or 1st Ave, wherever it is. I feel sorry for the people that are living there right now. This place should be condemned as far as I'm concerned. The cable box is falling off the house. There's a broken window, very badly broken. The driveway has a 4-foot root in the mud where the driveway ends. Where you back into the driveway and it ends, there's this much tire marks down in the dirt. Two years before that, he had college students living there. They damaged my fence that I had put up, a brand new fence, and I had to replace it. And he keeps telling me it's not his responsibility. It's the tenant's responsibility, and I have to straighten it out with them. And I would really like something done about this, and this is my last stop right here. The next stop is going to be the media. Thank you very much for letting me speak.
Thank you, Ms. Rossi. We'll look into it. Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker is Ann Pagano.
Good evening. My name is Ann Pagano. I live at 115 East 3rd Street. I'm here to ask some questions about the status of the Cahill building. I'm a member of Save Oswego's Historic Sites. It's a grassroots organization. And I just really want to know what is being done right now to settle, if we hope, the issue with the taxes. Also, we hope a resolution is with the county is imminent. If not, though, for example, do we need to go to the county to see about some minimum maintenance for the building? For example, just today there was a photo posted on the Friends of Oswego Facebook page that shows that, not surprisingly, with the winter we've had, that the tarp that's on the roof has, part of it has come loose. Is that something that we should go to the county with to see if, if that can be repaired right away? Just any light that you could shed on this issue. There are a lot of people out there. For instance, on the Facebook page, you can see once that photo was posted, there are lots and lots of comments, and you can see the frustration that people in the city and the county have with this situation. So any light that could be shed on this would really be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pagano. And I will comment on that, Ms. Mayor. This is a public session, so this really is for you. Same with you, Ms. Rossi. I can address that a little bit later. The next speaker would be, let's see. Miles Becker. Mr. Becker.
Good evening, fellow Republicans. Mayor Tom, this is not a criticism of anything that's going on in the city. I just want to honor a gentleman who died Saturday, 89 years old, Bob Oxenpine. Veteran. He fought in Africa, airborne, which is even better. Africa, Anzio, and at the D-Day, dropped behind the lines. I hope you guys know what happened to them guys when they dropped behind the lines. They got shot. Now, this man probably deserved more medals than he ever got. And he deserved to probably have a street named after him, or maybe even an anchor named after him. Okay, I'm not throwing any stones at those two gentlemen, but Bob was a very, very humble man, and he deserved that stuff. But he didn't pump himself up like the other two did all the time, saying, honor me, honor me. Bob went off, like MacArthur said, old soldiers never die. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Becker. Is there anyone else who would like to make a comment during the public session?
Generally, I wouldn't do this during the public session, but just to follow up with Mr. Becker's statements, Bob Oxenbein was my great uncle, so I just appreciate his comments and what he said about him tonight. And if we could now, I'd wonder if we could honor him in a moment of silence, if that would be okay with you.
Any other comments from the public session? All right. Well, we'll adjourn the public session until 7:30 when the regular session will begin. Will the councilors please take their seats? I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Counselor Enright. Here. Counselor McLaughlin. Here. Counselor Todd.
He is excused.
Counselor Walker. Here. Counselor Barlow.
Here.
Counselor Van Buren. Here. Counselor Kaplowitz.
Here.
We have 6 present with 1 excused.
Thank you. Under the mayor's report, I wanted to address a few issues that came up in the public session. One of them was from Ms. Pagano about the status of the Hill building. We are in open discussion right now in the county to take ownership of that. It shouldn't be a problem. We're talking to Fred Beardsley on that, and we should have that resolved. As far as the status of that, there was some sustainable damage there, which we're going to be having a structural engineer check that out. So that's the status of that. We're moving forward to take ownership of the property again. Other issues were, I guess, one of the things that I've been hearing a lot of complaints about our neighborhoods and about housing, affordable housing versus market rate housing. It seems to be quite the topic of conversation. Get a lot of emails from people that want to weigh in on this, and I think it's good. I like people getting involved with what's going on in our city, but I think at some point in time we need to recalibrate where we are as a city and as a community and how we stand on housing. One of the things I'm going to do in a little while is read a proclamation. This is Fair Housing Month. The month of April is Fair Housing. And it's not really about affordable housing or market rate housing. It's about discrimination and being equal and being part of a community. So that leads me to what I want to say about our housing situation, that it shows who we are as people, who we are as a community, and it's something the government can't dictate. The government can't replace the helping hand of a good neighbor. And that's what I want to talk about, is being a good neighbor. Now, Lady Bird Johnson had this great line. She said, the spirit of neighborliness was important on the frontiers because neighbors were so few. It's even more important now because our neighbors are so many. It's up to us. You can't pass laws and regulations for people to be good neighbors. It's about caring. It's about being part of a community. Yeah, we got problems. And they didn't pop up overnight. They're not going to go away overnight. It's taken decades to get our neighborhoods to this point. It may take us a little bit longer to get out. But what I don't want to see is some sort of division, some range war about affordable housing is evil, and that market rate housing is the only solution we have. Like a lot of people here in this building, I grew up in a rather humble beginning. We didn't have a lot of money. I didn't know that at the time because it wasn't that important to people. So I was lucky enough to grow up in Oswego and to believe in my neighborhood, and I still believe in it. I did move away, came back in 1979, and I've invested heavily in my home, in my neighborhood, and all I'm asking for you people is to do the same. Take pride in your neighborhood, and it's up to you. Don't look to us that somehow we're going to dictate how people are going to live their lives. It's up to the neighborhoods. It's up to the neighbors. Our job is to make sure that we maintain a safe, clean city and a quality of life that makes it worth living here. And I think Oswego is in a wonderful place right now. Yeah, it's tough. We've gone through some extreme changes. Change is always difficult. And like I said, being a native-born Oswegonian, I've seen our neighborhoods change, and nobody likes change, and I don't either. But sometimes change is the only thing you have. So I think that helping our neighbors and growing through this is the message that I want to get across. So I'm going to read this Fair Housing Proclamation. I thought, how topical, because it's on everybody's mind right now. But this is the 47th anniversary of the passage of the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Whereas the strength of our nation and all of its cities flows from the promise of individual equality and freedom of choice, and whereas the 47th anniversary of the National Fair Housing Law, Title VIII of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, during the month of April is an occasion for all Americans individually and collectively to rededicate themselves to the principle of freedom of choice and to participate in efforts to eliminate vestiges of housing discrimination wherever they exist. This law guarantees for each citizen that critical personal element of freedom of choice, selection of the home. And whereas fair housing is the policy in Oswego, implementation of that policy requires that the positive commitment, involvement, and support of each one of our citizens and our residents. Now, therefore, I, Thomas W. Gillen, Mayor of the City of Oswego, do hereby proclaim April 2015 as Fair Housing Month in Oswego. And I ask the people of the city to join in reaffirming the obligation and commitment of fair housing opportunities for all. And again, that's to talk about non-discrimination, whether you have money or not, what color you are, what religion you are, what age you are. We need to be a fair city, and our community was founded as a progressive community, and it will remain one as far as I'm mayor. So I'd like to present this to Mary Van Ows, and this is on behalf of the proclamation declaring passage of the Fair Housing Act for April. And Kathy will be here too. And Kathy Miano is our Fair Housing. We'll get a picture here. Don't worry, Kathy. Okay, thanks. Thank you. I'd also like to ask for a moment of silence for Bob Oxenbein. I didn't realize it was Eric's, your uncle?
Yep.
Great
Great.
Thank you. And I couldn't have said it any more eloquently than Miles did. This was a true hero. This was a gentleman who didn't boast about what he did. He just did it. So that's a role model for us all. We all like to talk about what we do. But here's a guy who actually did what he said he would do. So, can I have a moment of silence for Mr. Oxenbein, please? And Ms. Rossi, I will, here you go. I will talk with people about that, the address on West 4th Street, is it?
West 7th.
Oh, West 7th, I'm sorry.
Yes, it would be 222 West 7th.
Okay, and I can get back to you.
My address is 224 West 7th.
Okay, yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other than that, we do have some regular news here. Oswego's Arbor Day event, it's planned for Friday, April the 24th, at Veterans Park, at West Linear Park. There will be a tree planting that morning at Veterans Park, so If you want to come out on a Friday morning and help us plant a tree, it's celebrate Arbor Day. We are a tree city. I'm very proud of it. And so that's what we'll be doing. Also, the Oswego City County Youth Bureau's Youth Court members have organized a Canal Clean Sweep event for Saturday, April the 18th at 11 a.m., starting behind the Canal Commons. So if you have any questions about this event, you can contact the Youth Bureau at 349-3450. And that's another community project we do. It's a tough winter, everybody knows that. And things happen when you're out in the winter all these months. So we're going to clean it up, we're going to fix it up, and try to get back to a beautiful city that we know we are. I think that's all that I've got on my report. Any councilors have any reports? Councilor Walker.
Thank you. Over the last couple of weeks, I've had quite a few phone calls on the railroad tunnel that runs on West First Street over to Bridge Street, or excuse me, East. And it's closed down now because there's some structural damage. And with all the frost we had over the winter, we know we had a good frost, the ceiling has started cracking and falling in. So we're waiting for a report from an engineer on this, and we're going to fix it as soon as we can. And that's one thing I'd like to see open, because a lot of people do utilize that during the summer months and spring and fall. So I will keep you posted on that.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? Councilor Barlow.
Thanks, Mayor. I'd just like to take a moment and recognize a constituent of mine, Len Minicha. He just won the Veteran of the Year award. And it's kind of a big deal. He's a nice constituent of mine and just a great guy. He was drafted to serve in World War II in 1942, becoming a member of the 9th Infantry Division, fighting on the ground during the war in Rhineland in Central Europe. During the service, he received 7 medals, including the Bronze Star for Valor, and 2 stars for his participation in 2 major battles. He'll be honored at a recognition ceremony in May. I just want to take a moment and thank him for his service.
Thank you. And I will be at that Veterans of the Year dinner at the Hibernian, so I look forward to celebrating Mr. Minicha's life and his accomplishments. Anybody else, any comments? Okay, seeing none. Clerk, please call Resolution 121.
Resolution 121 would approve the minutes of the Common Council meeting held March 23rd, 2015.
Councilor Van Buren, Councilor Kaplowitz. Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright. The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 122.
Resolution 122 would appoint Henry O. Babcock and Michael Kunzweiler, Commissioner of Deeds.
Councilor Walker and Councilor McLaughlin. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin. Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright. The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 123.
Resolution 123 would approve the use of public space at the request of Jackie Christian, Cub Master for Cub Scout Pack 888, in order to use the parking lot at 9 Burkle Street on Tuesday, May 5th, 2015, for a fundraiser distribution event.
Councilor Van Buren and Councilor Walker. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 124.
Resolution 124 would approve the use of public space at the request of Trinity United Methodist Church in order to place advertising signs for upcoming events.
Councilor Walker and Councilor Van Buren. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 125.
Resolution 125 would approve the use of public space at the request of Trinity Catholic School in order to place advertising signs for the Children's Carnival and Chicken Barbecue to be held Saturday, April 18th, 2015.
Councilor Walker and Councilor McLaughlin. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 126.
Resolution 126 would approve the use of Chris Foley Field for the girls' youth softball program.
Counselor Enright and Counselor Kaplowitz. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 128.
Resolution 127 would approve the use of Brightbeck Park for a wedding ceremony to be held Saturday, May 23rd, 2015.
Counselor Enright, Counselor Barlow. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call 128.
Resolution 128 would accept a donation of a park bench to be placed in Brightbeck Park in memory of Crystal Motica.
Counselor Kaplowitz, Counselor Van Buren. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 129.
Resolution 129 would accept a donation of a park bench to be placed in Brightbeck Park in honor of the Oswego High School class of 1948.
Counselor Barlow and Counselor Enright. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 130.
Resolution 130 would approve proposed local law number 3 of the year 2015, a local law amending Chapter 224 taxation of the Code of the City of Oswego, New York.
Counselor Barlow and Counselor Kaplowitz. Any discussion? Counselor Barlow.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. It's been well documented in the press what this tax break does. I'd just like to say in short, it's essentially a gradual taxation of future home improvements, so it allows people to invest in their home and invest in their neighborhoods without worrying about the immediate significant repercussions as it pertains to your taxes. So hopefully it'll encourage people to invest and improve the neighborhoods. I have to thank one more time Assistant City Attorney Tom Reynolds, City Assessor Sue Deary, and the county legislators Shane Broadwell and Jake Mulcahy, who kind of spearheaded this into the county. This was passed at the county level, and if you grab the tax break at the county, it can help your city or county taxes, and we're passing it here so it can affect your city taxes too. So I'd just like to also acknowledge that a large part of the success of this tax break or incentive relies on how we market it to people who can potentially use it. So I'll work with the city assessor to make it available to the realtors, local realtors, and also the ORA. This coincides nicely with the ORA's mentality and approach to restoring our neighborhoods. And I'd like to thank all of my colleagues and the mayor for supporting this tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Yeah, and I strongly encourage everyone to take advantage of that. Yes, Counselor McLaughlin.
Yeah, just a question. When we go back in after the addition or whatever is done, would we reassess the older section of the home?
The older section?
Yeah, if you're adding on or whatever you don't improve, you're reassessing the whole house.
Right. Yes. Yes, Counselor Barlow.
Just to clarify, what happens is you'll go to remodel or add on to your home. When your work is complete, the city assessor would come in and reassess your property naturally as she would whether this was in place or not. At that point, the home, your assessment is altered because due to your investment. At that point is when you would file for this, and as long as you meet all the qualifications, your percentage exemption is exempted from your new assessment. So that's where the deal lies, is in the difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I guess I'm asking incorrectly. So in theory, the older section of the home or what you don't reassess would come in maybe potentially higher. And you'd be taxed on the higher rate at that time.
Yeah, when you add on to your home, we don't reassess certain rooms of your home, so your assessment for your total home is reassessed. So to answer your question plainly, yes.
Mr. Kaplowitz.
And I just would also add that we are required by state law to reassess and reevaluate property throughout the city over the course of several years. And I know a couple of years ago, for example, 7th Ward, there was a lot of reassessment that went on, and it also happened when there was a large tax increase. So that created a little bit more of a challenge for some folks. But the entire city is supposed to be at 100% valuation. I mean, that's really what our goal is to assess the property at what it can be sold for. So even though it may be an older home, inherently, if property values are going up, that property may go up whether you've done any work to it or not. So, and I think in the course of duty service, the city assessor it has an obligation, the city does, to reassess the home, whether there's an addition there or not.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Okay, with that said and done, now if I threw like a $50,000 investment into my house, and is there a guarantee that I get that $50,000 of assessed value when it gets reassessed?
Councilor Andrew.
I see the city assessor sitting here. Would that be appropriate to ask her to clarify some of these questions? I mean, she's the expert here.
Ms. Deary, you want to?
You're asking a variety of questions, and most of them are subjective. The home will be reappraised after the improvement is done. Now, I will reappraise the home as a whole, and then I will look at the improvement portion to see what value I believe, market value, that would add to the home. So I'll appraise it actually with the improvement and without the improvement. Certainly cost of the addition does not come into play. It's all about the additional market value to the property. So it's a difficult question to answer. The home will be reappraised, and I will look at the addition or improvement and put a value as to what additional market value that particular portion adds to the whole. But yes, the property may increase by $15,000, and only $10,000 of it is attributable to the improvement. So I don't know if I'm, Councilor McLaughlin, answering your question.
So here I have to invest $50,000 into my property, and when you come in to reassess everything, that $50,000 might not be there. It may not be worth.
Well, just because of the cost of the improvement, what you invest does not necessarily increase the market value to $50,000. It may increase it $20,000 or $30,000. I have to look at it through a buyer's eyes. What would they pay extra for this additional living space? Generally, it's not what the cost is. Generally, it's less.
Councilor Walker.
Thank you. If you put a new roof on, it costs you $10,000. Your assessment ain't going up $10,000.
Generally, correct.
It'll go up very minimal. You need that roof. You're down there before.
Just like the market value, the addition of a pool, let's say, it might cost you $20,000 to install your pool, but you're not going to get a $20,000 added onto your assessment because a buyer is not going to look at that and generally and say, I'll pay $20,000 more for this home with a pool than without the pool. So I don't look at the cost of the improvement. Not in this case. I would look at the market value of the improvement, but I will look at the house as a whole. And because of the equalization of the city, the house itself may have increased in value anyway. And the addition's going to just add,
In theory, be upping my taxes potentially.
Excuse me?
My taxes would go up potentially because the main part of the home that I didn't reassess, or didn't repair.
That's very
would
possible.
increase.
That's very, very, very possible.
The value of your home would improve too, though. And so
But
you're
that-
building equity into your...
That being said, the portion, the addition, the improvement, whatever the building permit is pulled for, that portion that I will calculate the market value of that, and that will be exempt.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Sue. Yeah, and I know we've gotten a lot of concern from people who say, well, why should I fix up my house? You're just going to raise my taxes. So we want you to fix up your house, but we don't want to punish you for doing the right thing. So this is a way of helping people to reinvest in their homes, build up equity in their home, and not be penalized for doing the right thing for the community. So I think they tried it in the county, I think, a few years ago, and there wasn't a lot of positive response. People didn't use the program very much. So we'd like to take a look at it, look at the program, see if it fits what you want. Councilor Kevin.
Yep, Your Honor, I thank Councilor Barlow for bringing the idea forward. I think this is, personally, I think it's a great idea and long overdue. And aside from what benefit the home owners may have, I'd like to suggest that there's probably a lot of small contractors in town who would be pretty happy to be doing a lot of this work. Local lumber yards and whatnot that can also benefit by a little bit of a shot in the arm here. So I think this is long overdue and fully will support this measure.
Thanks, sir. Any other comments? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Counsel McLaughlin.
Yes, against my better judgment.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 132.
Resolution 131 would authorize the mayor to sign change order number 3 with Oswego Mechanical Incorporated for project modifications to the West Side EFMF and pump station upgrade project.
Councilor Capelitz. Councilor Van Buren. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call 132.
Resolution 132 would authorize the mayor to sign all documents necessary with GHD Consulting Engineers for the Route 48 Green Gateway Water Quality Improvement Project and the WQIP grant.
Councilor Capelitz. Councilor Enright. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin.
No.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 511.
Please call Resolution 133.
Resolution 133 would approve an addition of 12 municipal mobile users.
Councilor Van Buren and Councilor Enright. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 134.
Resolution 134 would approve attendance of the NICOM annual meeting to be held May 3rd through the 5th, 2015 in Saratoga Springs, New York, at the request of Thomas W. Gillen, Mayor.
Councilor Van Buren. Councilor McLaughlin. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes, if he brings me.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Barlow.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz.
Yes.
Counselor Enright.
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Thank you. Resolution 135 and 136 have been withdrawn. So would you please call Resolution 137?
Resolution 137 would approve attendance at the Instructor Development Course and Firearms Instructor Course to be held April 20th through May 1st, 2015, and May 18th through the 29th, 2015, in Elmira, New York, at the request of Tori L. DeCare, Police Chief.
Counselor Van Buren and Counselor Walker. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 138.
Resolution 138 would approve attendance at the Tactical Training Conference to be held April 28th through the 30th, 2015, in Verona, New York, at the request of Tori L. DeCare, Police Chief.
Counselor Kaplowitz, Counselor Enright. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 139.
Resolution 139 would waive the rules of the Common Council to present Resolution number 140 from the floor without committee consideration.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor Barlow. Please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 140.
Resolution 140 would authorize a public hearing regarding proposed local law number 4 of the year 2015, a local law amending Section C2-01 of the Charter of the City of Oswego, New York, with respect to city officers and employees.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Van Buren. Any discussion? Counselor Walker.
Thank you. About 5 years ago, I tried to change this local law to have city employees be a resident of the city of Oswego, and it failed then. I brought it back last year, and we ended up tabling it for a few reasons with the police department. So we got them worked out, and I'd like to bring it back to the floor tonight. And I'd like everybody's support, if I could, to bring this to public hearing. Keep the city employees hired after July 1st, 2015. They will be a resident of this city. And I'd like to basically see that go myself, and I think it's a good idea. We are city taxpayers here. Why should we pay someone that lives outside our city?
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Any other comments from the council? Yes, Counselor Barlow.
Counselor, are you talking every department and every employee, or is it some exempt?
Some are exempt. You got your sanitation, excuse me, through the chair. You got your sanitation exempt, fire is exempt, and police is exempt.
They're exempt because of state?
Because it is through the state, yes.
Let's finish up and just thank Counselor Walker. I know he's spent a great deal of time trying to get this through and, quite frankly, correct a mistake in the past. So, thank you.
Counselor Van Buren.
Thank Councilor Walker. We talked about this the first time he wanted to go through with it. I've had a number of calls from residents wondering what was going on, and I told them know that he was working on it. I'm glad to see the concerns were addressed, and I hope we move forward with it.
Ms. Tickle, do you have something you'd like to say? Yes, Chief. Chief, take care.
The state requirement is the county already doing 50 miles actually.
Thank you, Chief. Are there any other comments or questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Counselor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Barlow?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
Please call Resolution 141.
Resolution 141 is a motion to move to executive session to discuss the proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property, and this is in regards to 1 West Seneca Street, and the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
Councilor Van Buren and Councilor Walker. Please call the roll.
Councilor McLaughlin?
Yes.
Councilor Walker? Yes. Councilor Barlow?
Yes.
Councilor Van Buren?
Yes.
Councilor Kaplowitz?
Yes.
Councilor Enright?
Yes.
The resolution passes 601.
We'll now go into executive session.
No, we got to have a motion.
Walker? Enright, from hand. Okay.
Who made that motion? Eric. Eric and who?
Ron.
Okay. Councilor McLaughlin? Councilor Walker? Yes. Councilor Barlow? Yes. Councilor Van Buren? No. Councilor Kaplowitz? Councilor Enright?
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned.
9:30?
Good night, all.
I had 31 too, because I had 9:30 on the executive session. Oh, you got to have him sign.